I'm Vanessa Brooks Hurd, Assistant Professor, the Department of Social Work, College of Health and Human Services. When you think of writing as a profession in the social work arena, there is almost no aspect of social work where writing is not the main or at least a secondary way of communicating. The smallest writing would be a progress note denoting how the client is moving along in terms of their treatment goals. Then you have monthly summaries, which capsulates the progress this client has made over the month. Then you have quarterlies, and you understand what that would be, just over a larger period of time. Then you have summaries that have to be completed, termination summaries when client leaves services. And then you have summaries when a client is going to another agency. You have court reports. I could go on, and I probably will. I think you're understanding now that writing is essential for social work development. So in the department, we begin by having students practice writing or begin to develop their writing skills, communicating really based on their own experiences. We call those reflective journals. And almost every course in social work requires some form of reflective journaling. Now, the beauty of reflective journaling is that you can't do it wrong. All you need to do is respond to a prompt, respond to an article, and articulate what you feel, think, understand about that, but not verbally, in writing on pen and paper. We use that to build interest in writing, to build writing skills, and of course we start there and we include short papers and research papers and all forms of writing that will help the social worker develop into a very trained, into a very educated, into a very competent professional, because that's what we're aiming to do, develop into a competent professional. And even if the social worker has good interpersonal skills and poor writing skills, that's not going to be good. You need to have good writing skills and good interpersonal skills. And so we're always redirecting our social work students toward development as a writer. One of the things I try to have students understand is that you think through what you want to say, and really a draft is really quite essential. I know often students write papers several hours before they're due, the day before, which doesn't allow time for drafts. I recall a situation where a social worker was unavoidably delayed or ill and had a court date. So what had to happen, because the judge wasn't going to postpone it because of one person's inability to make the court date, another colleague had to take the file to court and represent the social worker based on what the social worker had written. Can you imagine how that would be if there were misspellings, incomplete sentences, and fragments? Oh my goodness, that would not seem professional at all. So it requires social workers to always be careful in their writing, be diligent, and to be complete. When I was developing as a writer, one of the essential components of how I became comfortable with my writing was writing, leaving it for a day or a couple hours, and coming back and reading it out loud. Because we leave prepositions out, we forget that we think faster than we can write. And so our ideas are flowing, but our thoughts are not flowing. We can't write it down as fast as we're thinking, is what I was trying to say, because I'm thinking faster than I'm speaking, actually. So what we have to do is, when we have drafts, we're able to capture the essence of what we're trying to convey, but when we go back, we're able to fine-tune it, to edit it, to wordsmith it so it conveys exactly what we're trying to say, which is essential. And I don't think that anyone would be comfortable with sending in their first draft. Sometimes they do, but then they get the report back from their professors, and then they realize, I guess I should have read that one more time.